Yeah, it was good to finally kind of play a game like that. It's been a while. Everything's been kind of nip and tuck. So really proud of our guys. Thought we had a great week of practice. Best week we've had in a long time. I think the guys could kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. We had a pretty good little grind there for a 4-game period. Playing on the road at West Virginia, playing on the road at Texas, and playing on the road at Baylor, 3 out of 4 games. That was a pretty good little grinder for us, and guys got through it. And it's good to have a chance to get back home and, played well. Defense scored 2 touchdowns. Really played well in the kicking game. Guys played hard. It's good to have a chance to play a lot of different players. Chandler Morris has done an outstanding job all season of working hard and being a great teammate. So it was good to see him get to play. And he played well, which was exciting. Imani Bailey thought he carried the ball well. It was good to see, man. Thought it was a fun night. And obviously, our guys will celebrate for a little bit tonight. We'll see how the Kansas State game goes and see who we'll start getting ready for first thing in the morning. So great win for our program and our players. I'm proud of the guys. I think it was a real tribute to our seniors. I know we got a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps for tCU in the stadium, and I know it meant a lot to the team to send those guys out, with their last home game at Amon Carter Stadium with a victory. So really proud of them, and like I said, we're excited. We're going to enjoy this for a couple of hours and on to the next one.
This looked like a game that it was leave no doubt. Was that the message this week, Coach?
Yeah, I think we just – I think we felt like we hadn't played maybe as well as we're capable of playing in a couple of weeks. We've been pretty banged up, and we had to fight through a bunch of stuff last week. In the Baylor, leading up to the Baylor game, a bunch of guys sick, and so that was a tough week. For us to be able to win that game and survive that game was a big deal for us, and. I think, like I said, we had a really, really good week of practice. We were able to sleep in a little bit more than normal because we were out of school. It made a huge difference. Our guys just seemed fresh in practice. Thought we had the best Tuesday, Wednesday practice we've had in a long time. So, I thought we'd play well. You just never know. Iowa State's a very, very good football team, and they were due some breaks. They really are. They've just had a lot of bad luck this season, and sometimes the law of averages takes over, and we've been fortunate to win a couple of games here and there, and so we wanted to come out and play like we're capable of playing because we felt like it had been a while since we'd done that.
Coach Max Duggan has thrown for over 3,000 yards now this year, 29 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. You talked about it a little bit midweek, but now that the regular season is over.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. I think anybody that's watched us this year, you guys that have been around, y'all know what he means to our football team and to our program, and he certainly is deserving of an opportunity to go to New York. And it's hard to just told the guys in the locker room, it's hard to get through the year 12-0. I think there's 3 teams right now in college football that have managed to do it. So it's very, very difficult, especially when it's been a while. Sometimes dealing with all the buildup and all the stuff can be a little exhausting and a little bit overwhelming for a team that hasn't done it before. And that's what's so impressive for these guys is they've never batted an eye and never felt like they got overwhelmed, never felt like the stage was too big for them. And that's hard when you're kind of rebuilding. Typically you get on a big stage, maybe like we did at Texas, and you don't play your best football, and really proud of our guys for, not letting things like that bother them. And they just really like to practice and like to play, and really just impressed with their maturity. But going back to what you said, Max definitely deserves to be in New York, and I'm hopeful that he will be.
What do you think led to the way the offense was able to perform against the Iowa State defense at the top 10 in scoring?
It was hard. It's still, we scored a bunch of points, but you look at, we didn't have a lot of yards, and the yards are hard to come by with these guys. All the other stuff is so important. Field position was really important in this game, especially early in the game. We had a couple of nice kickoff returns and good punt returns, and got some stops defensively and got some short fields early, and that helped us, helped us get in the end zone, and then we converted a couple of fourth downs, that we needed to score touchdowns early on. Felt like it was going to be one of those kind of games that was going to be, nip and tuck potentially, and just proud for our guys. Just kept grinding, and they were really, really excited to play this game. They really were. They were fired up about it, and as I said earlier, I think we wanted to play better because we didn't feel like we played to our capabilities last week, and so it was good to come out and play like we thought we could.
Sonny, that said, what kind of statement do you think this sends to the playoff committee? I know you still got a Big 12 championship game, but how do you think this sends to that committee making these selections?
I don't know. I mean, I think same thing. Look, I know the history, with tCU and Iowa State and big victories, and didn't work out particularly well in 2014. I know that. But as I've said all along, I think this is different. I think college football is different. I think this committee's different. I think the Big 12 is viewed differently than it was then. It's a gauntlet. I mean, I think the people that know and really study the game know how good the league is. And so to be able to go through this thing undefeated, to be able to win the road games that we did, to grind through some of the tough wins we had to grind through, I think shows that we have a good football team. And it's like anything else, whoever we play next week is going to be really good. Doesn't matter if it's Kansas State or Texas. I mean, they're going to be really good. And we're going to need to play some of our best football next week to have a chance to win. But really happy for our guys tonight. I mean, I think they got to enjoy themselves. It's kind of been nip and tuck here down the stretch some, and they got to enjoy it, and was really happy for them.
Obviously, Quentin did not play. Was
Yeah.
any of that to do with turf, or was that just?
No, just kind of we were going to try to save him if we could. We keep needing him to play, and so the thing is that he gets healthy and then he kind of gets banged up again and it'll swell up and it'll take him most of the week. And our thought was let's try to get him to the Big 12 championship game if we could. And he did a great job warming up tonight, and he was available. I think if we would have had to have him, but the guys picked up the slack, and thought we played really good at wide receiver. Some of the young guys got a chance to play a little bit. Blair played well. Jordan Hudson did some good things. And I thought we threw the ball better tonight than we have in a while. So, threw it and caught it, and against a very good defense.
You grew up a coach's kid.
Yep.
And tonight, you finished at 12-0 regular season, and you passed your dad in career victories, 83 to 82, I believe.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Kind of like I said all along, I mean, it's just, every week has been, the game just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so, we just kept talking about, trying to take this one game at a time approach. And you could tell here the last couple of weeks, guys, it started to weigh on us a little bit. We tried not to talk much about it, but again, when you're going through this the first time, and our guys have done a great job of not letting it bother them, but it does weigh on you a little bit. And it's good to get this one behind us and have a chance to focus on the Big 12 championship game, because that's been something that's, I think we've been in the game for almost a month now, and it's something we'd never talked about, and our guys knew it was there, and so now we get to focus on it and go ready for this big, for the next big challenge. As far as my dad's deal goes, I mean, pretty sweet to be able to do it. Kind of the irony of it all, to go 12-0 and pass him wins and career wins. I've kind of felt him kind of, all year with me, seems like a little bit with this team, and I know he would certainly get a kick out of our guys and the way that they work and what kind of people they are, because it's a heck of a group and guys that I'm certainly proud of, and I know he would feel the same way.
You mentioned the moment, I don't know if it's after the West Virginia game or what it was, that you've seen that get out of their system.
Yeah, I mean, he just, man, like I said, we had 3 tough road games in 4 weeks, against, and it's hard to win at West Virginia. I think everybody knows what kind of team Texas is capable of having. And Baylor last week, like I said, we were just kind of hanging on. And so it was good to get through that gauntlet and win those games, and just shows a lot about the resolve of this team. Because, I mean, it hadn't been easy, and these guys have welcomed every single challenge. And now, it's another big one this week. We're going to have to beat somebody twice, which is never easy to do. But that's okay. I think this team will be up for it, and we'll prepare our best and go give it our best shot. I don't think so. I don't think the moment will bother these guys one bit. I really don't think so. I think that, as I said, I think in the back of their mind, this has been there for a while, and, now we get to talk about it.
For all these national experts that have said, you guys aren't that great, the record doesn't show great teams, does it feel good to get a win like this in the national audience to kind of prove some of those doubters wrong?
I think so. I mean, look, I think those guys, again, like I said before, I don't know that those guys believe half of what they say. And that's their job, and that's cool, whatever. Everybody's got a job they got to do, and ours is try to win games, and we've been able to do it, and theirs is to, do what they do. And so, look, I think anytime you can go out and play well and separate yourself from your competition, that's a positive step in the right direction. And so we were able to do that today, and I don't know what they're going to say, and I'm not that concerned.
Coach, could you have dreamed up a better first year at tCU?
Yeah, I mean, up to this point, not really. It's funny the way this stuff goes. We felt like we got through spring ball, and we've said this before, but I felt like, we had a pretty good team, and then we had some serious personnel issues at a couple of positions, and we had to go address it. And, we scoured the earth to find some D linemen in particular, but, we felt like we needed to improve the corner room, and we were able to do that, obviously, with Josh Newton and add another linebacker and just, fill in where we needed to fill in. Jared Wiley was obviously a big addition. Just, some of the running backs were big additions. So it's been you have to have a lot of things have to come together to have this happen. I mean, this is pretty rare. I think, Mark, you said this is the first time since what year that the
First Big 12 team to go 9-0 in conference play since Oklahoma in 16.
Yeah, so it's been a while. So this league is tough to go 9-0 in the league. The one thing about this league that's different than most is you don't catch a good draw. Some years you may catch a draw where you might not play the two best teams or the best team in the league. In this league, you play everybody, and so it's you have a true, you had a true champion, and that's I think what makes it special.
You guys are obviously been here all year. They know Cowboys fan. Do you have is there like a Hoosiers type moment?
Yeah, we'll go over there on Friday. And just kind of let them. What's funny we were talking about is we haven't taken a team picture, so we'll take a team picture. We've got some walkthrough time on Friday, and we'll go over there and take a team picture Friday and catch some punts and kickoffs, and we'll practice Friday morning like we always do, and then bus over and take pictures and do that stuff so that when we get there on Saturday, it's all business.
Josh Newton, has been speaking to the team.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as newcomers go, I don't want to put any above the others, but he's got to be at the top.
Yeah. I mean, just his play this year, and I tell you what he's done too. He's just one of those people that, the great thing about a lot of these transfers is, I mean, they're obviously good football players, but they're exceptional people. You know what I mean? I mean, they're guys that have come in and have improved the air, on this football team. You know what I mean? They've made us more competitive. I think that they have an appreciation for how good things are here at tCU. I think they've shared that with their teammates. And I think it just has helped rise the understanding of how fortunate we all are to be here. What a great place this is, and just what great teammates we have, and just a great place to live and go to school and to be a part of a program. And so, they get to hear it from people that are brand new to the program and have been in other programs. And so it's all that stuff makes a difference. And Josh is very highly respected, by his teammates and appreciated. And, I think it shows.
Coach, 11 players recorded a reception today. How crucial has that next man up mentality been, and also just the depth and also the health of the team?
Well, it's pretty remarkable, really, how healthy we've stayed this year. I mean, you think about how few injuries we've had. We had a couple tonight that we'll kind of reassess and see where we're at. But, we've really stayed remarkably healthy. And, again, that goes back to stuff we talk about all the time, strength and conditioning and nutrition and, recovery and all the things that we do to keep our guys healthy, practice adjustments, all that stuff. I mean, sometimes injuries happen, but also, injuries are also a byproduct of overuse and lack of rest and lack of preparation. And so a lot of times when you have a lot of injuries, it's, I think it falls on me if we had a bunch, just, overworking the guys, not taking care of them enough, that type of thing. And so, we try to manage it the best we can. Sometimes you're going to have somebody that gets injured. That happens from time to time, but I'm just a believer in all the cumulative things add up. They really do. I'm talking back from, fall camp in August to now, all the going to bed at the right time, eating the right foods, hydrating, recovery, the little things that we do, they all make a difference, and they keep you on the field. The more reps you get, the better you get as a player, and just makes your team better. And the fact that we've had so few injuries, again, I think speaks to the preparation of these players, the dedication of these guys, because they have to do things the right way. They got to take care of themselves when they leave this building. And they bought into that whole philosophy and understand how important it is.
We'll go 2 more questions.
With it being senior day and it was your first year, how much have you been able to really kind of get to know these seniors and like what kind of connection do you have?
It's funny. We were talking about this at the hotel Friday. I mean, normally by this time of the year, you're worn out. You're kind of like, it's just been a grind. We haven't had a day off since July 24th. I think that was the last day off that we've had as a coaching staff. So it's been a long time. And so, it can be a grind. And I think you reach the end of the season sometimes and you're like, man, I'm ready for a break. I haven't felt that way one time this year. And I think it's a credit to the people you come to work with every day. It starts with the players and carries over to the staff and support staff and everybody. I mean, it's just, everybody enjoys being here and being a part of this, and it's been special. And those seniors, man, those guys, it's hard to go through what they've gone through. Some disappointing years that they came here because this was a big-time program, and they expected to play big-time football, and it didn't really work out their way here recently, and they did an unbelievable job of, steadying the ship and dedicating themselves and holding each other accountable and bringing everybody along. And I think that's been, there's a lot of guys that have a lot of grit and mean a lot to this program that people don't even know about. And they have a tremendous amount of respect from the other players in this program, and those guys don't want to disappoint them. And so, I wish I had more time with this group. You know what I mean? I really do. And the good thing is we're going to have another 5 weeks at minimum, with a bowl game and all that. But, I'd like to keep playing. I'd like to play as many games as we can with this group because, I think they'll figure out a way to win them.
Last question.
You a Kansas or Kansas State fan tonight?
I'm rooting for whoever wins. I'm okay with. I mean, I'll be anxiously watching though. So it should be a heck of a ball game. 2 good teams playing. So we'll see what happens. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. Really do. Thank y'all.